Sigma Male Diaries Podcast. Let's get on with it, y'all.
Let's go.
We can relax, have fun, get a good laugh, get information, and enjoy the show. I mean, to do what it do, baby. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. You already know who it is. It's your boy, Nigel McKnight. I'm the host of Sigma Male Diaries. Thanks for the love, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for the support. Remember to follow me on all my podcast platforms, as well as subscribe to my pod page website. And also, ladies and gentlemen, please remember to subscribe, follow me, like, comment, and share on YouTube as well, and hit that notification bell. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I enjoyed the talk with the fella by the name of Kenyatta on my Wisdom Talk or the Wisdom app. You know, him and I are top wisdom mentors and everything like that. And I kind of enjoy the talks that they have. So I decided to hop in on Kenyatta talk today, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, my boy from New York. You hear me? Yeah, we New Yorkers up in here. But the thing is this, becoming successful requires sacrifice. Do you agree or do you disagree? However, we have some words of knowledge and insight that we're going to bring forth to the table, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get to the show.
See what this guy want to talk about. See how you feeling tonight, brother.
Hey, brother Kenyatta, how's it going?
I'm good, brother. How you feeling today?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I just happened to log in, and I just happened to hear your talk. Becoming successful requires sacrifice. And
Yeah.
it is true, because most people that are successful have required some form of sacrifice, even regards to changing their network of friends, sometimes eliminating certain family members, the toxic ones, becoming more self-aware and more sexually self-disciplined, so they won't run around and making babies and have to pay child support with women they didn't plan to have families with. I mean, but some are messy that way, though. You know, some don't know how to utilize the power of once becoming successful. And you mentioned having the kids, that's power. But some men do have children without planning accordingly in regards to their legacy. And that's based on their purpose. So a lot of men and women has to understand that sacrifice isn't technically a loss, it's growth. It's for a gain.
That's right. You know what you're talking about, brother. You're a truth bringer. I like
Sir.
that. That's what's up, man. I always talk, like, I have so many different talks, you know what I mean? And I try to touch on simple things instead of trying to complicate things, you know what I mean? Because we had lives too. So my life is worth being told, you understand?
Right.
Because of the things that I experienced and went through, and I knew I had to sacrifice my friends, I had to sacrifice the girls, I had to sacrifice all type of stuff in order for me to get in tune with myself. See?
True.
Myself became important. You know what? I wasn't important before. Everybody else was more important than me.
Right.
I'm like, what's going on here? How
Right.
you become more important than me? I'm thinking you're more important. You're not more important than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling myself that you bugging.
Yeah. You know what though?
You losing your mind thinking that.
Yeah, that's crazy
Yeah.
though. But you know what though? It's not the fact that you're bugging. See, when you're dealing with a certain personality of a man that have certain characteristics, strengths, characters, you more or less were very dependable and reliable, right? We are aware of, I'm not going to say potential, but we are aware of our destiny. And for those of us who are patient and we plan accordingly, yeah, we can help other people because we know we can spring back whenever we're ready, as long as we continue to make those sacrifices, because we make sacrifices once we take our time out of our lives, cater, appease, or help someone else with their life. Now, sometimes people remain stagnant regardless of the assistance they get in regards to, to growth. You could tell them over and over again, have the same conversation with the same person multiple times, and someone never get it. And those are the people. They could be relatives, family members, close friends, but yet you have to make that sacrifice to keep your peace. As you said before, you have to invest your time in your business or your time in yourself, your priorities, your purpose. And like you said, for men who want children, planning a legacy, that's important. You got to have like $150,000 at least for one child. That's what it's going to cost throughout the age of the, from up to 18, or unless they go to college. That's the additional money.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Our people spend $1 million a year on the child.
Right. That's what I'm saying. At least. That's why I said at least.
$150,000. That's just a few outfits for some of our people.
Right. The designer stuff, Gucci, Louis, Balenciaga. Like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, you gotta think before you talk about that. Like,
right. Exactly. So
I'm gonna keep it real, man. Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, like.
No, I was listening.
I was letting you speak.
Oh no, I was really done.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, we've been okay. Well, we are really the most heaviest consumers out here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we spend way more money than we make. Way more money than we make. And I don't even know how. But we spend 10 times more than what we make. Live 10 times greater than what we make.
Living above the means.
Like, it's just, I don't know, it's in our makeup to be like royalty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And things just come to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't beg for it. We don't ask for it. It just happens most of the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we have sacrificed our communities to look good. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I want to reverse that sacrifice. You know what I mean? I want the community to look good while we looking bummy. You know what I mean? And not that's a metaphorical sense, but you get what I'm coming from?
Yes,
like, let's build this community thing back up. You know what I mean? These villages that we supposed to have, let's build that up. And hopefully, people understand that you don't gotta become no real bum. I'm just saying, think about all those thousands of dollars you're spending, to look good, and your community is busted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's garbage all over the place. You know what I mean? The kids can't really even play in the street no more. Like, nobody's watching out for there's no neighborhood watches. You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole bunch of craziness out here.
Mentality. Mm-hmm.
It's like a free-for-all mentality, but this is not a free-for-all. We all still a community.
Right. Yeah.
Even when we was hustling back in the days, we was a community, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we was hurting our own kind, but at the same time, the community was the community. Like, even the crackheads and the dope fiends was cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We already knew what he was doing, what she was doing, but we still embraced them to come and chill and hang out. Even though they robbed us, we still let them go. It was just a lot more passiveness, not aggression. Passive aggression, it was just passion.
Right.
It was passive passion back then. Passion. The reason why I say passion, because even though we knew this dude was smoking crack, we didn't play him. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't disrespect him. You know what I mean? He went out and got his money from wherever he got it from, but he came back and spent it with us. So we treated him like a real customer. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it was just that type of vibe then. But nowadays, it's way off. There's nothing like that. Nobody even in the streets no more. Everybody should have a job by now. But that's what I'm just saying, that we destroyed our country. We destroyed our own communities. You know what I mean? And we know the powers that be destroyed us first.
Right.
But I'm not blaming nobody no more. I'm blaming myself from once I got the knowledge to fix it, I'm going to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Period. We don't want to talk about blame, because then we're going back to slavery and before that. We don't want to do all that.
Well, yeah, right.
Forward.
Right.
It's a millennium, man.
Yeah. But I had to tell them that stuff too, because, like, Like you're talking about, even our great grandparents and great great grandparents made it through that stuff. Some of our grandparents were heroin dealers, marijuana dealers, cocaine dealers, but they wasn't smacking up their
Pimps.
customers, beating them with guns, and shooting people just to shoot them. Though things was handled differently.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
they
It
ain't
was
do none of that.
totally different,
And
man.
nobody
Nobody
talked
didn't know
about
who
it.
you was. Right,
Nobody
exactly,
talked about it.
right, exactly, bro.
Nobody talked about it. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
there's
Right,
so many drug dealers in the rap game. I'm looking at these dudes like, are y'all serious? Like, what is y'all doing?
right.
Everybody's telling on themselves and still doing the same. Like, bro, you got money now. What are you doing?
Compete.
Even if you got 100,000, what is you doing out here?
Right,
Are
right,
you serious? Go get you a franchise, dummy.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Go put some of that money to work.
but
You know what I mean? In a
yeah,
real business. Go buy some land. Even if you 1 acre, go buy
yeah.
1 acre for 13,000. Stop playing games out here.
Yeah, they want the street cred. They don't want the
Right?
livelihood.
I'm sorry for going off.
Nah, you're right. This your talk, bro. But you know when the African American dollar, and I'm just gonna say for 2 examples, circulates in 7 hours, but let's just say 7 days, compared to other races being 14 days, 17 days, 21 days for Asians, right? Then you go getting loans, credit cards, and you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and all that other stuff. And next thing you know, you're living from paycheck to paycheck. And then now you got to scam, now you got to hustle. In your mind, that's what you say you do instead of being financially responsible. But these are the things that people do. They lack accountability and they blame everything else, such as the system. You know what I mean?
And that's right. They need to stop blaming the system though. Because the
You know?
system
So
doesn't tell you what to do. The system only built the structure. If you follow this lead, this is where you're gonna end up.
this is gonna happen.
If you follow this lead, this is where you're gonna end up. Everything has a structure. Schools, you know what I'm saying?
Jobs.
The sports field,
Yeah.
you know, even the music. Everything has jobs. Everything has structure. But
Right.
we not trying to follow the structure. We trying to go from Mediterranean straight back to Park Place.
Yeah. They competing with their past.
We going back.
Yeah, they compete
Exactly.
with the past. It's like, well, I don't want to live like this, but this is today's time though. Like, man, it only costs at minimum $100 to $300 to start an e-commerce website, bro. Like, I have 5 businesses. You know what I mean? And I'm a published author and a writer with a movie endorsement with Prison Media to have my book made into a movie with Hollywood. And I own my own clothing company, my own clothing brand. I just started my cannabis stuff. I have a cannabis company now and all that stuff, man. But it didn't
That's
stem
what's
from
up.
drug
See?
money. It came from sacrifice.
Exactly. And you need to teach that sacrifice to others.
Right.
Like, this is what I sacrifice. This is what I sacrifice. I sacrifice being in the street, partying, doing this, doing that to get myself together.
Right.
I had a computer. I sat down. I really did the webinars. I really sat there and learned something instead of just having a computer for show. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what a lot of people doing these days. They got computers, but what are you doing with it? Everything is on there. It's
Yeah.
a highway.
They're on Pornhub.
You know what I mean? Just like you get on 95 and you go from, you know what I'm saying? Get on 95, you better get on this computer and do 100 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Even if they do like
this is real
podcasting,
talks, like,
right, YouTube, like do something. Use Facebook instead of picking up women and guys. Use it to promote a business, like because that
Yeah,
whole
that's-
thing, man, the whole social media when it comes to this, especially the stuff you're talking about. Oh, they get caught up so quick trying to keep up with the likes and then the shares and all that stuff.
yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
guess what? Ain't none of that stuff really right.
You have to
Ain't none of that
sacrifice
stuff.
that. Right. Internet, number
I
one
mean,
thing,
you can
wrong.
have fun. You can have fun. Mm-hmm.
No, you're right though. You can have fun, but a lot of them get caught up and
Always-
stagnated. You know?
Earlier, what I was saying that you can have fun once you build everything, once you got everything, then that's when you go have your real fun. Because now you could go to Tahiti, Peru, Aspen, Germany, anywhere you want to go. Because you got your little funds stacked up, you got your savings good, you good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But people don't think like that. They spend everything right now. Like I want to do it now.
Right.
You know, knowing they got to pay bills in the next month, and they still want to do something now. Like what?
Right.
Pay off a year, 2 years.
Right.
Then all the money in between, you could do whatever you want to do. But you know what I'm saying? Even then, you need to still be thinking about how you gonna get some income in 2 years. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like,
exactly.
come on,
Yeah, I ain't have a
we have
girlfriend in
to
2
spread
years.
this because if we don't, listen. And I bet you got a lot of money in your pocket.
Yeah, I've been stacking, bro. Ain't none of that simping, none
You
of
know what I'm
that
saying?
friend zone, none of that stuff, man. You know, because I know they want you to pay to play, and I mean, when it's that time, then it's that time. But I'm gonna do it on
Yeah,
my time, a one
yeah.
side deal.
And then,
You know what I'm saying?
most of the time, that's a fact. And most of the time, if a woman have to ask you for something, like I've been. This is my experience. Women always ask me for something. Oh, why you ain't give me this? Why you ain't do this? Why you? Because you ask me.
Mhm,
You shouldn't be asking me for nothing.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? If I want to give you something, I'm gonna give it to you. That's that. But you shouldn't have to ask me for nothing. But if you have to ask me, that means you ain't really in this for me and you. You in this just for you.
Right.
You know, you're gonna get what you can, and you're gonna whatever. You know, as long as it lasts, that's when you start acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Mhm.
I
You know it.
noticed that in my own relationships.
You
You know
know
what
it.
I'm saying?
You know it. Yep. And you know the first thing they'll say, the insult, bash, shame, guilt, and all that stuff, right? Oh well, a real man won't complain
Yep.
about a woman asking him for something. A real man, he, if he got it, he gonna give it up with no problem, no questions asked, and that's what they do.
Yeah, but that's not right.
Right.
They're not.
It's because they got
Who raised
rejected.
them?
Right. Well,
Who raised them?
yeah. Who you? Like, what you bringing to the table? Huh? That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. What you got to
Yo,
give
you're
me?
about to cut off.
Yeah.
You're about to cut off.
Right. I tell you what, bro.
If
We'll
you want
just
to
tell them.
come back.
Yeah, I'll come back. We'll just tell them. Give me something that you never given another man before. That's how we do that.
Exactly. You ain't giving another man nothing. And most of the time, women want to give a man what they call, love, right? I don't call that love. I call it a fair exchange and no robbery. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm giving you the same thing you're giving me sexually. You know what I'm saying? You giving me, you making a sacrifice, I'm making a sacrifice. I'm giving you me and you giving me you. We making an equal sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? But most women use their parts for us to sacrifice more. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's not right.
Right.
No matter how you look.
Right. And like
You know what? I
Yeah.
told one of my women last time I spoke to one of my women before, and I was like, listen, all of the people that believe that they royalty and all that, right? They used to do mergers. Like the wife, she'll be part of a prominent family or any family, and they want to get more status. So they'll marry their daughter to somebody of a good stature, but they'll also pay a dowry. So if that man, he's coming up but he don't got it yet, he still has enough money to take care of him and his wife, and she'll be happy because she know he's trying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But these women don't care if you're trying.
Right.
You know, they only care if you got it or you don't. Do you have it? No, you don't got it. All right, I can't mess with you.
Right.
That's as simple as that. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
oversaturated. But there's more women in the world than it is men
Right.
by far. You know what I'm saying? And they're not understanding. They're not understanding that. I'm gonna tell you the truth. They're not. I don't care who knows. I'm telling you, there's not enough men in the world for these women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they're having a hard time dealing with that. That's a mental issue as well. Because most women say, oh, you can't have another woman, but you neglected another woman of having a man.
Right.
You understand?
Mhm.
So that's being selfish at the same time. And I know I might be sounding crazy to some, but this is reality, man.
Yeah.
And reality, people hate the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's a sacrifice women got to start making.
Right. Are you willing to share? I'm gonna back you up on this, right?
Yeah.
Not to be rude, I am heavily involved in the Red Pill community as a successful man, though, right? I'm not with that beta male stuff. I'm not with that sim stuff. I'm not even the alpha male. I'm a sigma male, right? But I do have the alpha traits if I choose to lead and all the other stuff, right? But this is a thing, though. If women outnumber men 51% to 49%, that's 2% more women in this planet than it is men, right? How can a woman possibly have options other than Pookies and Ray Rays in their inbox? When you have options, these men are kicking down your door, bowing down on one knee with a ring, asking you to be his wife. Men have the options. Now, let a man be in the high 10 percentile of higher earner men, he has even more options. And this is the kicker.
Right.
90% of women want successful men earning over 6 figures, right? But these women, not to be rude, are average at best, like Kevin Samuel says. These are average women due to their sexual marketplace value with children, baby daddies. I mean, even having student loan debt, regardless if you're making $100,000, you still have a debt to income ratio and you have children. So what benefits a man to even say that he's willing to settle? And women say this a lot. I'm not settling. Wait, hold on. It's not the fact that you're not settling. You're not suitable for the man or men that you want. And that is the truth. Women love companionship. To be alone like that, like, it's not going to happen. That's why they're willing to share. That's why 51% of men throughout the ages of 18 to 30 are still virgins, man. And 54% of men from the ages of 18 to 30 are sexless and or childless. So that means that these women are sleeping with the same type of guys that they sharing anyway.
Yeah, they still sharing.
I know one of my homeboys
and acting like they don't know it.
Yeah, he in the hood around the way, and he could sleep with easily 20 girls in 2 days or 3 days if he can make it. But I'm just saying that's just 20 women for one man, and they would do that just for the money, right? That's insane. Yeah, that's
definitely. It's been like that though. It's been
always. It's always been that way. But the truth of the matter is, women been lied to so much. You can have it all. You beautiful. You know, women are born with their value. First of all, when men have to make themselves valuable. A woman want a man that's 6 feet, 230 with muscles. He got to have a mansion. He got to have 6 figures, a Jag, and all this other stuff, or whatever type of car it is. But a man just say, hey, you know what? I want a woman that's feminine, cooperative, fit, submissive, willing, and childless if possible. You know what I mean? That's all a man asks. I mean, beauty is good, but feminine and cooperative, and that's a whole other thing that these modern women just don't have. And that's 80 to 90% of all women in the United States. So we up against a losing battle here. So when a man have standards, what's the problem? Huh? What's the problem?
Big problem because we don't have a slit. You know what I mean? That's the problem. We don't have a slit.
Right.
You know,
it's crazy, man.
That's just the problem right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to change.
Because
we talk about it. What happens is it's not going to change. What happens is men have to start upgrading. You know what I mean? And making themselves feel higher than what they present themselves, because they be acting like they only a piece of meat too. You know what I mean? And just going with whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we can't go for whatever. We have to have standards. Like, a woman told me I was spoiled. I said, oh, so I can't be spoiled by a woman, but I can spoil you. Like, it makes no sense.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially.
And when it comes to that, that's complete selfishness. Complete. You know what I mean? It's a lot of women out here who is great. You know what I'm saying? They superb. You know what I mean? But it's so little of them. You know, if you catch one, you are assed out for real.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you're gonna bump into about 150. That's like with their hand out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why is your hand out? Like, can my hand be out sometimes? Oh, nah, men ain't supposed to, but men are the ones that's the least on the planet.
Right, we're the prize. You know, especially in New York.
Wait a minute.
Man, listen, like, where we at? Huh?
Yeah, I'm in New York.
Yeah, me too. I can tell by your accent. That's what I'm saying. We're in New York, man. We got it rough with these masculine, these rough women. They rough, bro. I mean, they act worse than dudes, man. Like, that's what I say. They would commend a sister for dating out of her race. They'll say, oh, she found love, true happiness. Oh, she got a man that's going to, he taking care of her, and that's crazy. When a black man dates out to another race, oh, you're a sellout. You just want her because she's a slave and all this. Huh? Are you serious? And
Yo,
this,
but let me give you the kicker, right? This is the kicker. Let me give you the kicker real quick. A lot of times, black men sacrifice everything for their women,
always,
and their women don't respect it.
always.
They go to jail for their women.
Mm-hmm.
They give up everything they have to a woman, and they don't respect it, and they want more. Like, so what you went to jail? So what you did this?
Mm-hmm.
I did it for you. No, you ain't do it for me. You did it for you. You had fun. Yeah, but you got the benefit from it.
Right.
You benefited from it. I was out busting my butt, getting whatever I had to get, and you ain't. You act like you don't acknowledge it, and you belittled me. You said this and that, and I'm like, wait, how could you even say that when I bring value?
Mm-hmm.
Like that right there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I've been a victim of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have.
And I recognized it. I got rid of it. I was like, oh no, I'm just not going to deal with this type of woman. You know what I'm saying? At all, because you just want to take. I got a lot of friend women. You know what I'm saying? I deal with, and I watch them, and I see the same pattern with their people, with their men. I'm like, damn, why would I ever mess with you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just wanted to give you that for the kicker. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, I understand, man. Like, that's why a lot of them, I cut them off, because rather them talking to their men, they dudes, they rather come to me and confide in me and keep their relationship hanging and shit, man. I'm like, yo, this the only time, like, are you serious though? Like, when you have a problem, when you happy, everything cool and shit, like, you know where to be found, heard from, none of that shit. That's just the ones that, you know, I came across, you know.
Yeah, but I respect the situation,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't respect how they move sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they can be more supportive.
Mm-hmm.
They can be more loving.
Nurturing.
Like, instead of acting tough, they can be more feminine. You know what I mean? And I need them to know this. I want them to know this, because I see the gangster in the women.
Right.
You know, they became us on the low. They became us. They became like dudes. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? This dude will act funny. I'm gonna go see this other dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They've been treated a certain way for a long time, but because their own hand, though, they did it to themselves.
Right.
By being greedy and bullies. You know what I'm saying? A woman on here named Christian Brown, she always talk about how women, she used to even bully men. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, I ain't never heard a woman actually admit it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she admitted it. You know, go follow her. She's a good, like, she's dope. She got books, she write and all that.
Yeah, I follow her.
You know, she's married. She got a great family now. You know what I'm saying? But she said it took her a long journey to get to where her understanding was like, they take advantage of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whether we good or not, they still take advantage. The gooder, it seems like the better you are, the more they take advantage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta really start understanding that, especially us as black men. We already got mad things against us. Everything is against us. Period.
Right.
Off the rip.
Right.
Everything's against us. No matter what we do, we still looked at. You know, we can climb to the highest tree. You know, conquer all this money, and still we looked at like, you ain't nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even our women does that. So it's like, you know, it's crazy, man. That's all I gotta say about that.
Right. They just try. So
I made the sacrifice.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. The sacrifice. Yeah.
What you said?
No, I said you're right. I was just saying they just try so hard to compete.
Yeah, and there's no need to compete. You know what I mean? But they also bully us, man. And we gotta really start letting them know, man. Y'all gotta stop bullying us, man. Y'all gotta start acting more feminine. Be a woman. Stop trying to be both. And I understand that a lot of these women that do that mostly have children. So they gotta play mother and father. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the man, they gotta start treating him like they gotta play their position as a woman. You know? and not try to be both.
Right.
You know,
I agree, man. Well, yeah,
this is real shit. This is real shit that we kicking.
yeah. I'm glad I came across your talk,
And
man. You know,
I
I feel
always
like, oh,
respect our women.
yeah,
Yeah, come on, man.
yeah,
I don't be trying to talk that holier than thou stuff and that, you know, you should do this, you should do nah.
right,
I've experienced those things.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I went through multiple women. I went through, you know, dating. I went through, you know what I mean, I got married. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that was the worst thing I could have done.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Even though me and her are still friends today, you know what I mean? But we figured out we was better off friends than we were together.
right.
You know what I'm
Same thing.
saying? Because it was like she's on a power trip. I am the power. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like she want to be me. I'm like, nah, you can't be me. You got to be you as a woman.
Right.
She's like, I ain't trying to hear all that. Da, 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 da. Like, and then, you know, as men, women mimic us. They become us for real. Like they take on our attributes. They take on our style. They take on a lot of things from us without even realizing they are doing it. But because they up under you so much, they start to adapt to you and become you.
Mm-hmm.
So now the way you move around and you, like say you bark on dudes and this and that, she barking on everybody. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? The way you handle certain situations, she handling certain situations. So it's like everything you're doing, she mimicking you.
Right. That's what they
So she
say.
becoming you.
Yep.
And that's a problem too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we didn't have that back in the day, you know? Women played their position. Whether they was working or not, they still played their position. And then the men did what they did, and it wasn't the Bonnie and Clyde thing. But everybody want to be Bonnie and Clyde nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I agree.
you got to handle when your woman starts acting like you.
Exactly.
Yo, but it was great talking to you, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying? You are definitely dope. If you want to come back again, that's good with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I really like this conversation where it's going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like we got to keep teaching each other how to prosper, how to be better, how to, you know what I'm saying, ward off the bull crap, you know what I'm saying, and start to understand that we need to help each other. Understand the things that we don't understand. Common.
And see, this whole talk is a prime example of why when you are making sacrifices in your life and you have a goal, ambition, a desire, and you're motivated to become successful, do know that you will have to make sacrifices. A lot of those sacrifices you may not want to make, but you're going to have to do it so you can grow and move forward with your life and make decisions that's going to affect you in a positive way. That's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, because the better you do in life, sometimes the more people that will come and try to bring you down.
And this is your host, King Nigel of Sigma Male Diaries. Some of you might like what I say, but then again, some of you might not. But I don't give a fuck. And I really don't. Y'all stay safe and be blessed. And